Welcome, everyone. We are here with the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. We got head coach Gary Wheeler over here. Two players. I'd love for all of you guys to just introduce yourself really quickly.
Gary Wheeler, head coach, Rocky Mountain.
Uh, Cody Wheeler, attack senior.
Britton Kelly, defenseman, senior.
Awesome. These guys made it all the way to the championship last year, unfortunately falling to Timberline. But we got a great squad here. These dudes have been absolutely killing it for years and years and years. Gary Wheeler, 10th season at Rocky Mountain and 16th season as a head coach in Idaho. He's a veteran head coach focused on long-term success, guiding a senior core that has grown together through adversity. So I know that you guys have a big group of seniors that have been playing together freshman year, since freshman year. Tell me a little bit about that. How has that been? How have you guys battled through these last 4 years?
I think it all started freshman year. A lot of upperclassmen didn't end up playing their senior and junior years, so the freshmen and sophomores, those 2 years kind of got beat up a little bit. Playing, Mountain View, Timberline, that had a bunch of seniors, and then I think last year was the kind of first part where we saw the rewards for us kind of grinding that out and getting through those 2 years and hopefully can reap those rewards more this year. So yeah.
Absolutely. So, with a big senior group of guys like this, how are you guys going to continue building the program for success coming forward after you guys head out?
Well, we're really fortunate. We have a great feeder program. Probably end up having two middle school programs this year, teams, and that just keeps everything rolling. We've got a good group of freshmen and sophomores that will grow under the leadership of guys like these two, and with the good coaching staff and good support with the board, we just continue to um, like fill in. There's a couple years that we were thin, and like Cody said, these guys had to play from the very start. Now we've got some good backups and some depth, so that these guys will teach the younger kids what it's like to be a Grizzly and what it's like to be in the program. And as these guys move on, the younger guys, it's their responsibility to keep that going, right? To show them respect and honor their hard work by continuing what we've been doing and the foundation we've laid for 6 or 7 years now.
Absolutely. Speaking of foundation, I would love if you guys gave me a little bit of insight on your off-season regimen. What are you guys doing in the off-season to kind of prepare coming into spring?
Um, well, we're doing off the field twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're there lifting and doing our agility and stuff, and then we have indoor stuff, practicing indoor at least once a week. Just a lot of stick work, trying to dial in some of the stuff before we can get outside where we have the space to do, or like 66 and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. So, Rocky Mountain is built on dedication, perseverance, and resilience. What kind of dedication, excuse me, do you guys look for in players and coaches?
Dedication, show up every day on time. We started practice on Monday, and Monday was a little rough. We had a lot of kids show up late, and then Tuesday we kind of hammered it home. We got to be early. We like to be passing and like all dressed passing at least 15 minutes before practice so we can get our sticks ready. And then once we jump into our stuff, then we're just ready to go.
Wonderful. Cody, so you've been playing varsity since your freshman year. How has that shaped you at this point as a leader?
I think it's definitely helped. Just because I've gone through so many different like types of games, different scenarios. And I've seen a lot of guys before me, like Brett, and then Coach Eli at Timberline, and it's really helped me. I think last year was one of the better years for the team. I think it's because we had guys who had been in the program for 2 to 3 years that could step up and really take control of the team. So yeah.
So I understand that you guys have six college commits, you two being two of them, you being one of two Division I commits. Just out of curiosity, where is the other Division One commit headed?
Yeah, Laird's going to St. Bonaventure in Western New York. Yeah, Fogo, 2027.
So with all the accolades and you having a D1 commitment, what still drives you and your team to just keep improving and getting better?
Yeah, I think it's all from last season. A bunch of returning guys who are just hungry to kind of finish the job. And we also want to be, as good as that 2021 class that ended their high school season on top too.
What has this senior class learned from pushing through adversity together?
Yeah, I can. Uh, he touched on it a little bit earlier, but I mean, we've all been playing since freshman year. We didn't have a big senior class, so we all got kind of thrown in the mix. So we've definitely taken our lumps. Me and Cody's freshman, sophomore year, won 3, 4 games both years, and then last year, like he said, we kind of just reaped the rewards of getting beat up for 2 years. So,
Britton, being a two-time captain, especially being on defense, what does leadership mean to you, especially on the defensive perspective?
um, for me personally, I like to just lead by example. Just how I play, how I act. I lead by example. Just set the tone for practices, for games, how we want to approach this, just stuff like that.
Absolutely. How has playing multiple sports helped you as a lacrosse defender? And also just give us a little insight on what other sports you play.
I'm a hockey player. I've been playing hockey since I was in second grade, so a lot of experience there. It's definitely beneficial. You meet a lot of people, get you hear a lot of different things from coaches, from other players. It's helped my leadership ability. I'm fortunate enough to be named captain of our high school hockey team. I've been the captain. This is my third year. Just like I said, lead by example. Do my job. You don't have to speak too much if you're doing your job and you're doing it the right way. So,
Awesome. And I got a question for Mr. Wheeler here. What has to go right for this team to reach its ceiling and get back where you guys want to be?
Well, I think it starts with the everyday work we do. Um, we're not expected to be perfect. We don't expect the kids to not make mistakes. But if you fail forward. Learn from it, you wash it, and you move on. Um, so for us to realize or to achieve the goals that we've set for ourselves, you got to work for them. You got to work every day in practice. You got to work outside of practice, uh, and that's just on the field. A lot of these kids have jobs. A lot of these kids will be playing. Uh, maybe practicing other sports. We have a couple hockey kids will continue through spring. Uh, so if we keep focused on it, that's great, and that's what we want ultimately. But it starts with the everyday work, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Cody, being one of the top scorers, multi-sport leader, I mean, I understand you're a stud in football as well. Hmm. And one of the faces of Rocky Mountain lacrosse. How do you help set the tone for younger players that are coming into this program, coming to your games, watching these games, wanting to be a Grizzly? How do you set the
Yeah.
tone for these guys?
I think it's just about kind of including them, seeing them during like warm-ups on the field, go say what's up, maybe toss with them, but then just making sure they know that you don't got to be a junior or senior to have a true impact. And I think me and Britt showed that when we were freshmen and sophomores. And it's going to the 10 a.m. game at Heritage to go cheer on the middle school guys, and then they come do the same Friday nights for us. So that definitely just really keeping in touch with the younger kids and showing them that you don't have to wait till junior or senior year to have a true impact for the team.
That's really awesome. And back to you, Britton. How do you help younger defenders adjust to varsity speed and physicality and just being a varsity defenseman? How do you help these younger guys adjust?
Big thing for us is communication. Uh, we talk all the time, and we say we can never talk enough. And I'm one of our anchors this year. just set the tone, just communicate, kind of quarterback our defense, especially in practice. Like tell people where they need to go, what they need to do, just so we can get everybody on the same page.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And coach, you've talked about long-term success. What does the next step look like for this varsity group here?
Well, for this year's varsity group, just continuing with the work ethic um, that we've created and brought to this point. Keep working hard, keep grinding out the season. Trust the process because it's not fun all the time. It's hard. It's not easy, and that's good for us. Um, and then as we move forward, and both these guys are kind of humble about it, but they lead not necessarily verbally on the field, but these guys both bring it every day in practice. Um, the way they play is sets a tone. It's the standard, and for our younger kids, seeing that that is what's expected, that you play at a high level, that you are maybe a multi-sport athlete, that you get it done in the classroom. Um, those are all the things that compound and lead to the program just continuing to roll. Um, it starts with what they demonstrate on and off the field, and then other kids see that, and they're expected to demonstrate that as well moving forward. And that goes all the way down, as Cody said, all the way down to the middle school kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what the program's all about. If we just focus on the varsity, then that's really short sighted. So if you're going to build a program that goes all the way from the fifth and sixth grade team, and you want to build a culture, then it starts with guys like this, and it's kind of that trickle down so the younger kids see it. I'm a teacher at Heritage Middle School, and there's kids walking around school asking about the middle school team, asking about when do you play games. I've got a poster of our schedule up in the locker rooms and stuff. So I'm constantly recruiting and celebrating our program, just trying to get kids and families to come out, and that's how you build a program. These guys demonstrate it. I chase kids around and convince them to come play.
Absolutely. And taking a look at kind of a bigger picture, what excites you the most about Idaho high school lacrosse as a whole right now?
Um, so I grew up in Colorado, and it was a big scene around Denver, just like it is here in Boise. When we moved here um, almost 20 years ago, it was a small scene, and I decided to start coaching again here because I love the game. The future is bright. I mean, look at this event, right? We've got kids going to college. There's Laird just walked in. What's up? So these kids are out in the community. They're growing the game. It's legit. I mean, when I first started coaching, we couldn't even practice on campus. I was coach at Eagle for about 6 years, and we didn't pay assistant coaches, which is ridiculous, right? So now we've got these parent boards. We fundraise. Friday night under the lights at our place is a big deal. Kids see that. They want to be part of that. That's exciting, right? And lacrosse, I think, is one of those great sports that's totally inclusive. Every size kid, every fast, slow, you know, every type of kid can come play lacrosse and find a spot. And I think that as soon as that gets out and it's getting out with the middle school team, the middle school league is a brand new addition. It's getting out with the high school kids. You got kids traveling all over the country. These guys, Britt plays for True, Cody plays for West Coast Stars. They travel over the country, and that's how the game grows. You got to get kids excited about playing it. Once someone sees it, I think it's one of those games you fall in love with. Yeah, and that it speaks for itself for sure.
I mean, you said it best. You said, nobody realizes it, but everyone's got a spot on the field. I mean, being from Southern California, lacrosse definitely from my hometown was not where it's at like it is in Boise. You come out here and kids are excited to go play lacrosse. These kids are treating it like a varsity sport, which is so awesome. And I really kind of envy that out of you guys. Like it is so cool to see that lacrosse in Idaho, especially Boise, is like it has that that kind of persona, the same persona as playing varsity football.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys really show it too. Like you guys play with grit. You know, down in where I'm from, it's like kids would play in their off season, and it was just, you kind of just played it to screw around, right? But these guys are out here just putting the work in, and absolutely commend you guys for that. Really awesome. Fires me up. So, Britton, what excites you about where Rocky Lacrosse is headed in the future?
Very exciting. We've got a great program right now, great seniors, and me and Cody, we've talked plenty, and we're just looking to set the tone with this season and like use that as a slingshot for where we want to be and where we want to continue to go next couple seasons.
Amazing. So, obviously, you guys in Timberline are going to be battling head to head this season, right? Trying to make a name for yourselves coming out of last season. What are you guys going to do to really prepare for them? And that means offensively, defensively. What's your guys' game plan, not just Timberline, but to top level teams like that?
Uh, I think just taking it game by game. You don't want to look over anybody. And I think we take advantage of the games before Timberline, and we really dial in. And we got the first one versus E- yeah, okay, yeah, and it should be good. I mean, super excited. I think the kind of middle of our season is packed with a bunch of good teams and a bunch of good games that will definitely make us battle tested for playoffs. So yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So, yeah, you guys have been doing this is awesome. Really glad I got to talk to you guys. You guys enter this season with a super tight-knit senior class, proven leadership. You guys have came here, told me all I need to know. Um, and a program philosophy focused on bringing the Grizzlies back to prominence. I want to thank you guys for coming, chatting
Thank
with
you.
us.
Yeah,
I want to give a big shout out to Mountain Lacrosse Network here, and a shout out to the Rocky Grizzlies.
that's
Thank you very
awesome.
much.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
It
Thanks
was
for having us.
awesome.